So, admittedly, I haven't played a good beat 'em ups game in a long time. I think the last beat 'em ups game, besides a retro game that I played, I think the newest one, which isn't even really a new one, would probably be Scott Pilgrim versus the World on the PS3. Would most likely be the last good beat 'em up that I've played in a while. Granted that I grew up in the 90s and beat 'em ups were all over the place. So when I was sent Redeemer on the Switch, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to play a good beat 'em ups. Well, that's what this review's about. Is this a good game? Is this something that's worth the $30 price tag that's on there? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's talk about Redeemer on the Switch. Alright guys, so like I said, Redeemer on the Nintendo Switch. I've been here for the past, I would say about 3 or so hours. I mean, it doesn't take that long to play this game, to be honest with you. And it's a very, very fun beat 'em ups. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's amazing. It has some issues. But let's talk about the good stuff before we start talking about the bad stuff, because there's a lot of good stuff in here. The combat is pretty fluid. You basically got your punches, your kicks. You can pick up weapons throughout the entire map. You can do stealth kills, which are fantastic. You can do finishers, which is even better. And you got a variety of different weapons, which just makes it that much more fun. So you're not just restricted to using your punches and kicks. Like I said, you can pick up a whole bunch of different weapons. You can pick up items, not just specific weapons, but you can pick up items that are on the environment and throw them at your enemy, which is fantastic. Anytime you get to do stuff like that, it's just a lot of fun. Now, there are different difficulties in the game, and when you're playing it on normal, it's really not that hard. Normal mode is actually really easy. So maybe if you're familiar with beat 'em ups, you might want to just go ahead and play it on the harder difficulty just because you feel like it. Something that I really enjoy is the fact that it has so much variety on weapons. There's also a feature or function that is part of the game. I just died. Where when you kill enemies, you heal. So depending on how you kill them, if you kill them with a finisher, you heal for more health. If you just kill them regular, then you just you heal. There's also a stealth aspect, which killing them in a stealth mode gives you extra health. Killing enemies close up with a shotgun, for example, gives you more health than you normally would get back. So there's a lot of different ways to go ahead and get health in this game. And then just standing still will recover a certain amount of health. It won't recover all your health, but you can always run away from your enemies to be able to just get a little bit more health back, which helps a lot. Another good part of this is that there is somewhat of a leveling system in this game. The leveling system, basically, the more that you use a certain ability, or not certain ability, but the more that you use punches, for example, the more efficient your punches become. You get to unlock more combos. You get to get extra things put onto your punches. I believe punches get electricity and kicks get fire, which is interesting. I mean, the kicks look really cool. It's almost like you're Ken from Street Fighter, to be honest with you. And it's really cool. The downside to that is that it's not always the fire is not always there. It's only on the last 2 portions of your kicks, which I guess is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, the story is okay. It's just okay. And I'll get into that when I talk about the cons for this game. Which I think, you know what, it's a good time to talk about now. Are the downsides to this game. The game suffers from, as of this recording anyways, this game suffers from some frame drops. The more enemies that are on the screen, the more frames it loses. It's an unfortunate side effect of being ported onto the Switch, but that's what happens. And it is pretty noticeable. Like, sometimes some games are not so noticeable. This game is one of those games that it's very noticeable. The other downside to it is there seems to be some weird glitch in this game, that it doesn't play the story mode. Like, it plays the intro, but it doesn't play the rest of the story, which throws me off completely, because when I beat the game, it kind of glitched out and did not play the ending scene of the game. So that's why I said the story's okay, because I don't really know the full story, seeing as how the game kind of just skipped over all the story scenes in this, in the game, which takes away from the enjoyment of it, not gonna lie, because I kind of want to know the story. The character himself, his name is Vasily. He is basically a Kratos clone. Not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what he is. He is a Kratos clone, if you can't tell from what you're seeing right now. I guess one of the cool parts is that the voice acting for him is actually really good. I'm solely convinced that it's freaking Kevin Conroy, Batman. But I looked up Wikipedia and I couldn't see it there. I'm gonna look up later on, like IMDb or something, and see if maybe I'll be able to find it there. It'd be really cool if it was Kevin Conroy, because it really does sound like him. As far as, anything else goes, I honestly believe $30 is too high of a price point for this game. I mean, it's the enhanced edition, so it's supposed to have like extra features that the normal version did not have, which is fine, but not for $30, considering that the game currently is on Steam for $15. That's a big price difference. But Switch has been doing that a lot lately, where they're getting ports of games and they are increasing the price of what you normally would pay for that game, even if it is the enhanced version of it that might have all the DLC or whatever the case may be. So I honestly believe it's more of a Switch thing than anything else, because I've seen that a lot. We recently, for example, have seen that in Resident Evil, the ports that came onto the Switch. They came on at a really high price, which was kind of insulting, for lack of a better word, to veteran Resident Evil players. But overall, it's not a bad game. Definitely not not the beat 'em up that I was hoping would be the case. Oh, by the way, there's environmental kills too, which are really cool. I think that's probably my favorite part, is that there's so many different environmental kills that you can do in this game. So anytime you see an opportunity to do an environmental kill, do it, because there's so many different ones and it just makes it that much more fun. But I would honestly, I'd give this game like a 5 out of 10. Not worth the $30. It is not. Again, if you're just gonna play the game, buy it on Steam or something, and you're good to go, because you're gonna pay $15 for it, not $30. And that's a better buy. That's more acceptable, is $15 price point for this type of game. Being a top up or a top down beat 'em up, that's not really a game changer for anything, in my opinion. I did have fun playing it. It's a short game. I beat it in a couple hours. The replay value, I mean, let's be honest, it's not really that high, which again is one of the reasons why I say that it's not worth the $30 price point. Because as you can see here, playing through, I already beat the game, and I've almost maxed out everything that I have in the game. So that's why it's like the replay value is not really there, unless you just want to hunt and see maybe different environmental kills that you didn't get a chance or an opportunity to see on your first playthrough, which honestly is not worth it. Right here, by the way, you can get a good taste of the frame rate drop. I know I'm kind of a little bit all over the place. That's what happens when I'm actually playing a game while I'm like doing a review on it. But you can definitely see the frame rate drop here, and that's because of all the environmental things that are here. You have snow, you have wind going, you have all the enemies, you have the aircrafts. I mean, it's too many different things going on for the Switch to handle. And honestly, I don't think it is a problem with the Switch. I think it's more just them needing to do their patch. And they said that they're going to patch the game to get better frame rates, which would definitely make the game more enjoyable. So I'm hoping that they can do that relatively quickly, and that way more people can enjoy this game a little bit more. But again, the $30 price point is way too high. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Think of it like God of War, but top-down view. I'm gonna get out. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.